Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, we're going to be bringing you TitanQuest. TitanQuest with the Immortal Throne DLC. Sometimes it's called TQIT or TitanQuest IT. TitanQuest Immortal Throne will be in single-player mode at normal difficulty, and we're going to enter in to the Minoan Labyrinth at the very last rebirth fountain, right before the floor boss, which is the Minotaur. If we went to the right here, that would be the way to the Minotaur, but we're going to be going left because this is where the high concentration of Gorgons would be that have a possibility, a chance of dropping Stonebinders cups. Now the white Gorgon, like that one right there, that one can't drop, but the ones with yellow names, like that one there, the one that was actually spitting the poison, that can drop Stonebinders cups. And the one that's spitting fire here, that can drop Stonebinders cups too. But the two behind it that were white, they're never going to drop Stonebinders cups. So, in this room we have white, and oh no, there's a fire person here outside of the room. That one could drop, but it doesn't drop anything. And as we move to the next little area here, we got some automatons. We'll just mop those up. And up in this area, the three in front here are whites. They will not drop the Stonebinders cups. But the one behind it that was in yellow there, that could do it. So Gorgons that names are either yellow, or if they are like a brown golden color, they can also drop. Like that one there is kind of a star over its head. It's a captain. Well, mob boss captain, but it doesn't drop anything. Nobody drops anything. Well, some gold. And we'll do the chest here and get some potions and gold. And we're just going to finish up by mopping up the remaining automatons here. Sometimes when I'm in the other room, they get a little curious and wander down. And I like finishing up by doing the room up here because sometimes it has a couple chests in it. And it's got one chest here. Doesn't drop anything, and sometimes there's a chest in the corner here. But not this time. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll jump back out to the start menu. And we'll select single player, and we're in normal difficulty, and we'll start a new game. And we're dumped right back in at that last rebirth fountain. Act 1. This way would be to the floor boss, which is the Minotaur. But we're going to go this way to the Gorgons. And we start off by polishing off. Wow. Ah, there we go. For some reason, I could not get my battle standard down. Now, there's a Gorgon that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. White ones there will not, but this one will also drop. They were both spitting poison. Oh, jeez. Just dropped my battle standard there. I was having trouble doing that when I was with all of the automatons in that first little area. And nothing dropped, just potions and gold. And we'll, nothing to clean up there. Of course, the white ones here are not going to drop Stonebinders cuffs, so a little waste of time. And there's one more room down here. That one right up front, that could definitely drop Stonebinders cuffs. And this one down here also could, but no drops. And we'll just finish up by polishing off the automatons. They're going to blow their little horn, then I'm going to drop my standard. That'll show them. No chest in the corner. Let's go ahead and save the game. Before I exit out, I'm going to take a moment and go to Knosist with the mostest, and I'm going to purchase a few health potions. What am I at? 79? Let's go up to like 150.
My shop is a shadow of its former glory. We've fallen on hard times here. Still, perhaps I can help you.
That should be 100, right?
Come again.
Yeah, okay.
Hello. Fine.
There we go. And we can go ahead and save the game. And we can exit out to the main menu. And let's go ahead and select single player mode. And we will be in normal difficulty, once again getting dumped into the Minoan Labyrinth. at the last rebirth fountain in Act 1 before the floor boss of the Minoan Labyrinth. Sorry there, Mr. Bat. This way to the right would be to the floor boss, but we'll go left to the high concentration of Gorgons. Hopefully, this time, we can get a Stonebinders cuffs. In normal mode, which we're in, Stonebinders cuffs will come with a +1 to all skills affix. In epic mode, it'll be +2, and in legendary mode, it'll be +3. But we had no drops here. So the 3 below there are white, and they will not drop. But these 2 up above here that have the yellow names, they will drop. White, 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 not helpful. Yellow, that one could drop. But nobody dropped. We'll open up the chest though. Just gold. Gold's kind of silly after a while. You get to legendary mode and the rare green items can fetch 200,000, 250,000 apiece, and they drop pretty regularly. In the beginning of the game, gold can be a little hard to come by. White, 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 and white. No help there. Just finish up the automatons here. No chest here, no chest up here. Let's go ahead and save the game. Making sure we save because we're actually getting a decent amount of experience here. And these, I think I started these Stonebinders cuffs runs when I was around level 18, and we're almost level 19 now. This is my second video that I've made, so there was like another hour-long video before this. I guess picking up one level in an hour isn't too impressive, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. Once again, last rebirth fountain, Act 1, before the floor boss in the Minoan Labyrinth. Off to the right here is the way to the floor boss. Left, the way to the Gorgons. That's a white one, that's not going to drop. That yellow one, that could drop cuffs. I'm going to get out of the pools of poison there. Nothing dropped. Finish off the automatons in this little room. Guess you could call this a room. Is this a door? Is this like a big hallway, or is this a room? I don't know. I think of it as a room. White. No help. White, no help. Ah, couple yellows down here. These will certainly have the possibility of dropping, but they don't. Couple potions out of the chest there. So the 3 to the left there, they will not drop, but the 2 on the right, like this one and this one here, they could possibly drop Stonebinders cuffs, but no. This one drops some gold. And in the chest we have potions and gold. And in the very last room here, the 2 up front, they can definitely drop. But they drop a potion, that's about it. So we'll just finish up by wiping up the automatons here. And we'll run up to our room up here. No chests, so we'll go ahead and save the game. And exit back to the main menu. Getting a little warm here. I think I'll change my playing position a little. There. Let's give that a try. Feels a little better. Let's go ahead and start up in single player mode. And we're in normal difficulty. And we get dumped in to the last rebirth fountain in the Minoan Labyrinth. Floor boss, the Minotaur, off to the right here. We'll go left. He's not immediately off to the right, but he's kind of righting up a bit. And here we have a couple Gorgons that could potentially drop Stonebinders cuffs. But nothing. And we'll come over here to this room, and there's a couple in here that could drop a Stonebinders cuff. And we have a couple of walk-ins that could also drop. I'm not sure what the odds of dropping are. White and white and white and white. Not helpful. One right up front there. That could definitely drop. And this one back here in the back. That could drop a Stonebinders cuffs. But nothing. Some gold out of the chest. And we'll finish up with the automatons here. Oh, we went up a level. And we have oh, more automatons up here. We'll just lay down our, get it over with quick. We get a chest, get a health potion, no chest in the corner, and we'll go ahead and save. And we'll dump back out to the main menu. And we'll start up another game, go single player mode. Normal difficulty. What do we want to do here? We got 3 more points. We could put a couple points into dodge. We could put some points into our onslaught. Or we could increase our battle standard. Definitely not doing any dual weapon handling. And eventually getting Ancestral Horn might be nice. And I certainly seem to be handling everything here. Maybe I'll just dump some points into the base and increase all my stats with the intention of eventually getting Ancestral Horn. Warhorn kind of stuns. If you're up against a group, you can hit your Warhorn and everybody will be stunned for 2 or 3 seconds. I don't really like Whirlwind. This gives you... oh. Wow, almost died there. Guess when I'm in the dungeon, I should pay attention. There we go. And potions in gold. White. We got a little star over her head. Means she's a captain. She's gold. Is that a star or was that like her crown? I'm not so sure that was a star now. I'll have to look. Anyway, no Stonebinders cuffs drops. White. Waste of time. White. Nothing happening there. Oh. Where'd that little automaton come from? He probably came from down here. For some reason I activated him. White and yellow can drop. We'll get out of the poison there. In the chest. Just drops a potion. Nobody else dropped. Last room. 3 up front here are just whites. 4, 5, they're all whites. All whites. How anticlimactic. We'll finish up. No chest here, no chest in the corner. I'm not getting chests in the corner at all this game. Let's go ahead and save. And exit back out to the main menu. And we'll select single player mode again. And normal difficulty, of course. And we get dumped back into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is the Minotaur. If we go this way, we go to the Minotaur, but we're going this way. Towards the Gorgon. These two over here really bring me the hot foot. They aren't usually parked so high up there. White and white. And 3 in the middle there are whites. They won't drop Stonebinders cuffs, but the ones at like 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock they would, but they don't drop anything at all. So we need to mop up the automatons in this little part of the room, and we can go up here, and there's a couple Gorgons here that could actually drop. But they don't. Got some gold here, and we'll open up the chest, and we get a green item. I might add that to my low-level gear. And we'll finish up by wiping up the automatons up in this room. No chests. We'll go ahead and save the game. And exit back out to the main menu. And let's go ahead and start another game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. We're here in the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is this way. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bat. But we're going this way, where the Gorgons are. Now the white one that's just coming up, that Gorgons with the white name will not drop the Stonebinders cups. But Gorgons that have a yellow name like that certainly will. White. And that one's a brown gold name. That will also drop Stonebinders cups. But it doesn't drop anything. Well, actually they are dropping something, most likely, but I am filtering out broken, common, and yellow magical. So only the olive green, monster infrequents, and green rares and higher will drop, which would also include epics and legendary items. Of course, legendary items don't drop in normal. Of course. And nothing. So we'll mop up the automatons here. So we have two in the middle there that have a possibility of dropping. Oh, so does the one over at the side there on the left. Yeah, this one. But nobody drops anything. We do get a nice little relic there, a little piece of a relic. One more room. The other one there has a chance, but nothing. And some gold and a potion out of the chest. And there's no chest, and no chest in the corner. So let's go ahead and save the game. We're almost a quarter of the way to level 21. So we're still getting... And we went to 20 in this video, so we're still getting decent experience doing this in normal mode. Normal difficulty. Single player mode. Starting another game. Dumping into the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain. Right before the floor boss, which is a Minotaur. That gold one, that could definitely drop Stonebinders cuffs. Has a possibility. And this one over here with the yellow name, that could do it too. But nobody drops anything. I get some good experience when those gold ones spawn. Oh, boss monsters. Another yellow one that could drop. White, white, white. Those aren't going to drop. And last room. There's two in here that could drop. But nothing. So we'll finish up. With the automatons here. And we'll open this chest. And then we'll go to the very last room up here. With it either has automatons or what do it look like little little minotaurs. And they drop a relic. And some gold in the chest, no chest in the corner. Let's go ahead and save the game. And exit back out to the main menu. And we'll start back up again. Once again, in the Minoan Labyrinth, at the Rebirth Fountain, the last Rebirth Fountain before the floor boss, who is a Minotaur. And this nice Gorgon here could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but doesn't. And the white ones coming up there won't drop. Let's get out of the poison. The yellow one there could have dropped, but didn't drop anything. White, 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 white. No help. And we'll just mop up the automatons in this little part, and then come up here. Oh, we got that captain right there. And this one could drop also, but it doesn't. So neither the yellow one that was here with the poison or the captain that was here, neither decided to drop a Stonebinders cuffs for me. Let's see, white, and that's it. We're done with the Gorgons for this run, so let's just finish up with the automatons. So we are getting rare drops. You can see the green. And we will get the monster infrequents. And Stonebinders Cups is a monster infrequent. No chest here, and no chest in the corner. I don't think I've had a chest in the corner at all this run. And I think that's probably... I think if you get a chest in the corner, you're always going to have one in the corner for a instantiated game. And if you want to try to get that chest in the corner, you need to completely exit the game and come back in. Once you aren't getting a chest in the corner, I don't think one will ever show up, but let's go a few more rounds here and see if we prove myself wrong. Been broadcasting for like 40 minutes, so I think we'll go like another 20 minutes. Which it might be like 4 or 5 more runs. So we'll start up, single player mode, normal difficulty. Jumping into the game at the last rebirth fountain in the Minoan Labyrinth. This is the way to E4 boss, which is a Minotaur, and this way is the way to the high concentration of Gorgons. You see one coming up already from like the 4 o'clock position and has transited to the 2 o'clock position. But it's the white variety, and it will not drop. Not drop Stonebinders Cups. A couple potions there in the chest. White, 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 white. And that's all no health. And we go around the corner here. And there's a couple little... Those two there with the yellow names, they can drop Stonebinders Cups. I'm going to get out of the poison. Generally unhealthy, standing in poison. No drops. Come down here, mop up these few automaton down here. And peek up here. There's a couple up here that'll drop the one that's spitting fire. And the one that's spitting poison with the yellow name. Those can drop Stonebinders Cups, but they don't drop anything at all. In fact, I'm getting no monster infrequents here at all. I am getting a couple rares, so I am getting the greens. And we're just finishing up here. And we get a little mechanical parts charm. And we get a chest here in the middle that gives us some gold. But once again, no chest here in the corner. I don't think we're ever going to get one. Sometimes it'll show up during a game, but once they don't show up, or if you're in a game and for the first time you're in this room and you don't get a chest in this corner, I don't think you ever are going to get a chest in the corner unless you completely exit the game and then get back in the game. Not just going out to the main menu, but hard exit. So let's go ahead and save. And then jump out to the main menu. So that roughly took 5 minutes. So I guess three more runs here, and then I'm gonna exit the video, stop the video, end the broadcast. So let's go ahead and jump back in, single player mode, normal difficulty, jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is a Minotaur, which is this way, kind of right and up, but we're going this way. Okay, give me the hot foot over here. Get out of the poison. Excuse me. No drops there. White, 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 and white. No joy. Mop up a few automata. It's time to take a drink of water. Hopefully that'll help. Closing in on halfway to level 21. And nothing. Got a potion there. Some gold out of the chest. Little mechanical parts charm there. Those are always nice. Oh, excuse me. Did you hear that? Oh, that's embarrassing. Little lunch coming back up. Yes, the hay chicken was very good today. Had the popcorn chicken, French fries, onion rings, and a couple Cokes. Very yummy. And probably do 2 more runs here. So we'll jump back into our second to last run. Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain before the Minotaur at the end of the labyrinth. Got some gold out of the chest there. The whites there aren't going to help out, but that one could. But we don't get that one could. Both of those yellow named Gorgons could have dropped, but they didn't. This one could, but it doesn't. Get out of the flames there. And pick up the potion, top off our health. There's a couple in here that could drop. Nothing. And we come over here and we'll mop up the last couple automaton in the room. And we'll head up here. And there's one that could drop cuffs. But it doesn't drop anything. And in the chest, we just get some gold. One last room. White, 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 and white. How anticlimactic. Okay. Leaves the automaton here. And nothing. And we'll come up here, throw down our battle standard, clean up the remaining automaton, open up the chest in the middle, which sometimes we get, sometimes we don't, but we're never getting the chest in the corner. Consistent with my belief that we aren't going to get it no matter how long we play. We'd have to exit the game completely and get back in. And then maybe get it, or maybe not. So let's go ahead and do a save. We might have enough time for 2 more. So we jump back out to the main menu, select single player mode, normal difficulty, and we jump in at the very last rebirth fountain before the Minotaur at the end of the labyrinth, which is here off to the right. So we're going to go off to the left because this is where we'll find the Stonebinders cuffs. They'll get dropped from the Gorgon. Not the Gorgon with the white names, but the Gorgon with the yellow names, or the golden names, brown names, golden names, golden brown. Some gold. So that's a golden brown right there. That could drop. It doesn't, but it could have. This yellow one could drop, but it doesn't. I'm getting 0 monster infrequence from these. Ouch. Giving me the hot foot there. White, 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 and white. And where did you come from? You don't usually run up to this room. When I came down here, I must have triggered him. So we'll finish off the last couple automaton in this room. And then go up here. And I can see one Gorgon that will drop. I'm just going to stand in the poison there. And one last room. Oh, really getting the business from the this one down here with the brown name, the golden name. See the little star above the head? It means it's a captain. We'll get extra points when we kill it. There we go. 1,500 points. And what did we get there? Not cuffs. But we did get a monster infrequent. No. Ah, that's what we got. We got a helm. Not the monster infrequent we were looking for, however. Nice to see at least one monster infrequent dropped. I think that was the only monster infrequent drop that dropped this whole broadcast so far. The RNG gods not being very kind to us. That's okay. Another time. And we'll just run up here. And we'll throw down. They destroyed my battle standard. You bastards. He didn't come down. He's the guy probably that destroyed my battle standard. Not very nice. He's a captain. You see a little star over his head. And nothing. Although I did get 2,200 experience points from him. And we're over halfway now to level 20, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and save. And exit out to the main menu. We'll do one more run. Single player mode. Normal difficulty, of course. Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss of the labyrinth, who is the Minotaur. Big Minotaur. Got a mechanical parts charm there. Some gold. White Gorgon will be no help. White, no help. Very anticlimactic here. Go around the corner. And the upper two can drop Stonebinders cups, but the lower three cannot. And nothing. No drops. And white. Okay, the two on top here, they could possibly drop. But this one just drops some gold. And white, no help. Last room. white and white. Very anticlimactic. Get a little relic there and a potion. Oh. Pick up some gold. Finish up with the automaton here. And the automaton here. And the chest in the middle, which we were getting sometimes, and then the chest up here in the corner that we never got. Didn't get it the whole broadcast. So let's save. Save the game. And if you watch the whole video, spoiler alert, we got skunked. No Stonebinders cuffs, although we did get one monster infrequent, which was that helm right there. You can see that's olive green color, I believe they call it, as opposed to these guys are blah. These guys are green, rare, and then this is also deemed a rare, but also monster infrequent, as it'll only drop from certain bosses. In this case, Gorgons. So this is our starting point for all these runs, the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, which is the Minotaur in Act 1, very end of Act 1. And let's go meet the Minotaur, so you can see what I've been talking about when I say he's this way. There's like a room full of these things. What are they calling them? Beastmen? I'll have to let one. We have bats. You could possibly get epic drops out of these bone piles. Little lesser demons that we're going through and killing here. They're pretty low level, going down in 1 or 2 hits. Collect a couple Demon's Blood's charms. Nice little buckler there. Rare. Green rare. So it looks like we've killed everything in this room. And then this room here, you go all the way to the top being like this way. And that's where the doors to the floor boss are. doesn't really matter which one of these passages you take. You'll get like these little minotaurs. Or you'll get automaton. And then you'll get a larger room here that has these mechanical traps in all four corners. I don't know if they're all frost. Or these little demon guys. Some skeletons here in the middle. You see the other trap in the other corner. These are the two lower corners. So we've eliminated the two traps in the two lower corners. And more skeletons. And you can see where the trap is in the upper right corner here. I'll go take care of that. Leave my battle standard alone. Battle standard can be destroyed. It does have a certain amount of health. Oh, that was my bad planning. Yeah, I wasn't at full health. Luckily, there's nobody else in this room. Oh, that was embarrassing. Bunch of little demons there. Let's go pick up the chest in the middle. This is where all the skeletons were earlier, that I finished off previously. And then this is the exit. This is kind of the end to the big square room. This had the trap. This is like where the upper right corner trap was. Then it's just basically around the corner. And we're at the floor boss. Wow, we got 3/4 of the way to level 20. And a big chest. And here we go. Sometimes there's a chest in the upper corner here. Not this time. And this is where the floor boss is. So what we're going to do, we're going to enter the door, we're going to run to the lower left corner, we're going to destroy the mechanical trap, then we're going to activate our battle standard, and we'll take the first few swipes at Mr. Minotaur there. Anyway, that's the plan. Let's see how it goes. There's the trap. Right. And there's no Minotaur. We'll take out another trap if we can. Let's go down here, activate the battle standard, and start taking chunks out of Mr. Minotaur. And that's it. He's done. Stick a fork in him. He's toast. And since we're here, we might as well take a shot at the Telkian. So you kind of run in here, and the Telkian backs up, puts up a protective wall around him, and then fires off these orbs that give life to these mummies, statues, whatever they are. And once you get all 4 statues down, then the protective barrier around the Telkian drops, and you can attack the Telkian directly. If you have ranged attack, I'm not sure if you can range attack through the barrier or not. Never tried that. I'm guessing not. There we go, that dropped. Let's go ahead. We'll go up here, we'll put down our battle standard, and we'll attack the Telkian. And he's got some demons that steal life. I think they life leech. Give it back to the Telkian, but that didn't go very far. And we get an arcane formula, a relic or a charm. I think it was a relic. And you'll want to talk to this guy. And then we just come out here. And we can take the boat to Egypt. So I've been broadcasting here for about an hour and 15 minutes. Kind of talked out. I think we'll end the broadcast here. Unfortunately, an hour attempting to farm Stonebinders cuffs. We were goose-egged there, and just wanted at the very end there to show you exactly where that floor boss was that I kept referring to throughout the entire video. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.